Welcome. Hello. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with Enchantress, the Babbler. That's me on this evolutionary, revolutionary spree of an uprise that's happening right now at this motherfucking time. How are you? So beautiful. We're gonna just jump right in to whatever messages are gonna spin and be articulated. So we are using the power of the elements today, right? Because it's so important to unify all the power of our elements within us. It's why I say it's so important to learn our astrological charts and configurations as well, because we're so many different elements in one, or if we have more one particular element that's dominating the entire configurations for you, maybe that can be enlightening, to learn a lot of things elementally too. It's just like developmentally in terms of mind, body, heart, and soul development as well, right? So we got this mind, body, heart, and soul development, and we got this elemental development as well, because we're learning to unify. If you watch one of my videos, I can't tell you which one, right? But where I was talking about, it was like pulling cards, and it was talking about like a couple, right? Like, or people that have to work together that might be having to work together, and not everything that is challenging is toxic. Um, where you're having to learn to work with different elements. And I always use the example of, like, for me and my daughter being complete polar opposites in both Vedic astrology and Western astrology. I'm like, oh yeah, God, you did a number on me giving birth. Of course, it would be to my polar opposite of a lot of kind of things, right? Because it's learning to harmonize, right? Unify, articulate, identify, learn the love language. I've been recommending the 5 love languages of children, the book to read it. That was such an uplifting book for me many, 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 many moons ago when I first came across it. And it really opened up the portal door for me understanding different elements and love languages that others might express that may not necessarily be like mine. And so learning to open up my eyes to the, wow, this is insightful. To be patient, love is kind, love is patient, right? And so here we have the elements, right? We have the elements here: air, water, fire, and earth, here to unite with spirit to help us clarify, feel, uplift, clear, and restore balance to us here on our journey, right? So this is a deck of 45 cards with divinely channeled messages and beautiful earthly images that can help one manifest their goals and dreams bringing unique insights, love, and healing into all of our lives, right? And a deeper connection to the divine within each and every one of us, right? So this card that you can use, all right, blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm using. So I'm tapping in with the elements, and we're going to see what comes up, and this is going to be our elemental reading. So, part of a lot of our uniqueness in waking up in the spiritual community is our connection, like especially for creatives out there. Like, you're not going to really get this. There's spiritually advanced evolutionary people that might be a little bit more, I don't know the difference between the left and the right. You know, when they be like, oh, it's the left side and the right side. I'm like, I'm ambidextrous. I don't know. But we over here, like, okay, right? But so I don't know which is what and what is which, because it's just so silly if you ask me. But either way, there's people that are very spiritual and spiritually inclined and believe in, higher state of being, life, and all this kind of stuff, but they'll be very logical and clear and not so fantasy worlds and like whimsical in their approach to spirituality. It's very practical, it's very ritualistic, it's very clear cut, dry in some kind of way. And then you have like the mystics of life. So once, because I don't want to tie religion into all this kind of stuff, but it does play a huge difference in the circuitry of a lot of things. So many mystics, like right? We relate to elementals in like part of our journey where we identify with certain elementals in the mystical realms too, like fairies, elves, gnomes, dragons, like all these different kind of nymphs, mermaids, mermen. And when we read about them and all this kind of stuff. It's like, yes, I feel that. Oh my God, yes, I was a fairy once. Oh my God, yes, I was a mermaid. Oh my gosh, yes. And different aspects to ourselves in our journeys, right? Create this even stronger connections with these mystical creatures of fantasy, magic, lore that if we find so much resonance with, and it's like, like there was a time too where don't tell me that I was not connected to Atlantis. Do not tell me that I have not been a mermaid. Do not tell me that I'm not a fairy. But I always argued I was never an elf. I was like, I'm not an elf. Although I've worked with elves. I dated one. You know what I'm saying? So either way, I'm grateful for being tapped into and done with the realm of artistry and creativity and imagination, because I enjoy my take on spirituality much more than the rigid takes on a lot of other spirituality or things and stuff like that. So I like to connect with all levels of multidimensionality and elementals, right? So there's so many fantastical and deep sea dives that we can do every single time. You just come in alive. Thank you so much for tapping in with, you and me. This is your opportunity to hit that subscribe button. If you're eating the fucking manna, do it. Like, what the fudge? You want to like burn your own asshole with diarrhea or something? Like, stop it. Just like it. It really does help my channel grow. And if you want to be a douchebag, those are the seeds you sow. I can sleep at night knowing that. So full potential, right? So activate your fullest motherfucking potential. Achieve what you desire, what you wish to do. What do you desire to inspire? Well, you must embody that, my dears. You might, so some people might covet upon that which they see. I want to do these, I want to be those things, I want to, but you must achieve, in order to achieve what you desire, you must be that too. Right? Revitalize and uplift, allow the tears to flow. Oh my goodness. So my daughter, because we do activities together, and the next activity is my pick and choice, and I think I got it. But either way, so the latest of hers was the movie, because she wants to go see the movie Whale, and I'm gonna spoil it for you, so pay attention. I'm telling you now, I'm gonna be talking about that movie. So stay tuned, because I am going to critique that movie, because it was eye-opening in regards to just the enabling that so many do with such unhealthy toxicities of mental disturbances and ailments, and just how anyway, we're gonna talk about that movie. Okay. And I'm gonna spoil alert. So if you didn't see it and you want to see it, don't watch that when I talk about it, because I'll do an isolated video for that. So we gotta talk about that. Whale movie with Brandon Fraser and the chick from Stranger Things. The Stranger Things? Yeah. The redhead? She's an excellent little actress, let me tell you something. Yeah, big things. Full potential. She has full fucking potential. But either way, that movie, oh shit, my phone isn't silent. Alrighty, so much time later, wherever we were, it doesn't matter, because right now what's coming up is this. Own it, okay? Be aware of how you express your fears. So trust all that you need is provided. So that might be just it too, right? Be aware of how you express your fear, right? Because it could be in a lack-minded mentality, acting and behaving in a way that doesn't serve your highest good, right? So you're asked to trust in that which is unseen, right? All is well, believing and knowing that all is well, right? Let your emotions flow through you, right? Let your emotions flow through you, but healthfully, right? And in ways that, be aware of how you express your fear, how you find your voice of expression, right? Caring for your own needs, creation, believe in your creation. So using your creativity, right? I don't know where we were before. I'm sorry about that, but much time has. But it's time to value yourself, right? Spend time nurturing you, right? All of you, the fullness of you. everything that is you in every possible beautiful way, right? Value yourself. Spend time nurturing you. Rainforests thrive with life in all forms. A living cosmos, all living cosmos on Earth of beings from beyond that coexist and communicate through their biology and energetic blueprints. There. The nutrients held within these rich soils feed the living plants and animals so they flourish, and in turn help and heal the environment they live in and the planet as a whole. These living beings, hold on. Right, so let it go. Right, adapt and flow with ease. Soothe the fire, calm the heat in your life. So there could be things too that might be sensitive in subject. Like this can be finances, this could be relationship, partnering. This could be difficult, challenging conversations to have with yourself, honest talk, right? Peaceful reflections, right? Spending time reflecting within and getting in tune with slowing down to understand, overstand, noticing your surroundings, your inner standing, your inner computation, right? Make time, breathe with the green spaces around you. Own it, be aware of how you express your fear. So taking the time out to breathe in and to really acknowledge your mindset, your emotional set, your energy, vibration, frequency, and how you articulate that into your cycling, right? What frequency do you frequent? What thought do you frequent most? What energy do you frequent a lot? What is that? Because what you frequent most is your frequency, right? And so that becomes your energetic to outward layer of experience when you are energetically tied to the expression that which you're experiencing. And so to be clear on these things with yourself, it requires you to take a nice deep breath in, right? Breathe into your diaphragm, do deep diaphragmatic breathing, right? You want to breathe in, you want to give yourself that time, you want to breathe in. You can imagine with your mind's eye the traveling of your breath down, even all the way to your toes, right? You breathe in through your nose and you allow it to travel through every single sphere of space through your body, and you imagine with your mind's eye the traveling and you as its guide, guiding it down to where you want it to go, deep down into your whole soul. We go to the core, the ground level, so that we can stay there. Take another deep breath in and hold that space, right? To really understand what's happening here, right? Accept diversity, choose peace as your path, right? Because this inner sacrifice, all of you is worthy. Ooh, I love them. Value yourself, grow and fulfill. Acknowledge the energy that feeds you. Be honest too, especially in your partnerships, okay? Even if you feel like it's going to be disappointing or you don't want to disappoint, instead of honesty is always going to be the best policy. And approaching each step into whatever could be complicated, even more challenging to talk about, doing so with patience, love, and understanding, knowing that as a team, you are building this dream, right? So teamwork is built for dreamwork, right? So yeah. Sit with your soul. The journey is within. Sit with your soul. The journey is within. Be patient. Take time to connect to your inner compass. Creation. Believe in the creations. Forgiveness. Be careful of emotional eruption. Right? Own it. Be aware of how you express your fear. Be patient. Take time to to connect with your inner compass. Trust all you need is provided. You're provided for. Yeah. Have purpose. Your journey is worthwhile. Your journey is worthwhile. Make time. Breathe with the breathe spaces around you so it can keep on moving to me. So that was the power of the elements. Sit with your soul. The journey is within. And like that. Right? Sit with your soul. Y'all. Get over here. Oh, it's delayed. Get over here. Oh my darling, oh my darling. Oh my darling, oh my darling. Oh my darling, oh my darling. Oh my darling. Oh my darling. Let's see what I can do next time. Oh my darling. 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 This is the way. Oh my darling. What in the heavens? Oh my goodness. Anyhoo. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling, the moon, well the moon never beams without bringing me dreams, and that's why I'm clairvoyant. Right, so your dreams, the potency of them, I hope you're writing them down too. We're here, the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells. Your dreams are foretelling something to you that is absolutely true. Words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of the reality. So you might have had dreams too, that because a lot of the times when the things, you have to understand your conditioning with so many things. So when we have like even spooky dreams or dreams that freak us out, it doesn't necessarily mean something bad or something scary or something like what is it? Like what's the word I'm looking for? An omen of some sort. And even that word, omen, is just like foretelling. It doesn't mean something bad, right? An omen can be good, by the way, I hope you know. But it's like had it. Right. So it's like whenever we're part of our conditioning, our generational conditioning, cursing, right? Is to have us fear that which is unknown, whether it be good or bad. And it's like, you know, when they say open your door to your heart, then you open it too for the possibility of being hurt or whatever the case may be, because if you have it open, you're opening it for all, right? And stuff like that. So when you close it, then you close it for the good too, right? So like, you know, the analogy of that kind of stuff in thought too. So part of our generational curse and conditioning is to program you, because it's part of your programming, right? To cause you to treat the unknown with fear, right? So the same thing happens with dream analysis as well. right? And an easy way to identify it too, it's like the psychological parts of you and how you perceive and what you receive and what is haunted by your dreams is to see the tone of your dreams and the atmosphere of your dreams. And, you can meet too part of your fear. So many things that are left unknown can come out creepy or spooky in your dream. And for you, the interpretation is going to be quite the same in terms of spooky, creepy. I had this creepy, spooky dream. Meanwhile, it's insightful, and the tone and the setting is just more of your fear-based conditioning setting, creating the atmosphere tone ahead of subconsciously, because that has been programmed into you to do that anyway. So it's mixing with that insight. And so, it can paint something. It's just like the other day with whatever video that this shows up in, and I don't remember, but where we were talking about the guardian angels, the gods and goddesses that have been depicted over time as evil or dark and shadowy and bad. And meanwhile, out of the darkness emerges light, gifting sight, activating life, So be mindful of that. Be mindful that your programming might fuck up your interpretation skills too. Like, don't hold too crazy how someone interprets their cards, because it's also like if they're not channeling and they're just reading cards, you get what I'm saying? Like you're reading a lot of these other like people, readers and stuff, are telling you stories of their life in the cards, and then people who resonate will find that. You know what I mean? But when the light was extinguished, she covered me warm, and she prayed to the angels to keep me from harm, to the queen of the angels to shield me from harm. The star and the 10 of paws, 10 of cups, fulfillment, right? The quest, the journey that you are on has already begun. It is a happiness to wonder. It is a happiness to dream. When the light was extinguished, she covered me warm, and she prayed to the angels to keep me from harm, to the queen of the angels to shield me from harm. So you pray, you activate, you demonstrate with your candles. I can conceive nothing more sublimating than the strange peril and novelty of an adventure such as this. May God grant that we succeed. A prayer. Kiss. Right? Sit with your soul. What is the prayer of your soul whole? Replenishment. O lady dear, hast thou no fear? Why and what art thou dreaming here? For a big reference on dreams in this one. Sure thou art come o'er far off sea, a wonder to these garden trees. So you've been trying to interpret and understand your dreams, but your fear, propaganda, programming has been interfering with your own intuition and interpretation. So this is a wonderful place to further dive deep down into your shadow side of development. It is here for enlightenment purposes. I love it. Thank you for coming. Hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells, what a world of merriment their melody foretells. Success for you, my darling, too, in figuring this out as well. Queen of candles, queen of fire, that be you too, right? What other messages do we have before we say goodbye? Until next time, I hope that you enjoyed these messages. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with I hope to see you again in the next video. Thank you so much for helping me grow my channel. We are almost there, reaching our next milestone of 1,000 plus subscribers until we reach our full YouTube goal of 10,000 plus subscribers. So we're almost there to party live. Come craft with me. Let us engage. It is cool and everything. There's prizes, games, giveaways, let me buy you a drink, and all this kind of stuff, right? Queen of wealth, queen of water, right? Because love is on our mind. No guile disguised the fervor of love which animated her heart. Yes, and she examined with me its inmost recess as we walked together in the valley of the many-colored grass. Let us love bomb one another with enough creative juices and flow, things that we've learned as we continue to grow, right? Because permit let be our life. And so to connect in these kind of ways, it's not one of all the crowd to cry and to find our secrecy. Be silent in that solitude. All right, so many are still in their this is tis the season, right? Winter times to be into that hermited mode. You know, to come out then alive, right? To applaud. I became insane with long intervals of horrible sanity. Sanity. I love this one. Right? I love it. So the star, when the light was extinguished, she covered me arm and she prayed to the angels to keep me from harm, to the queen of the angels to shield me from harm. I became insane with long intervals of horrible sanity. I love it. So yeah, so that's also like the energy, right? The rotary motor known lies straight open and unencumbered before him. To your king status, your emperor status, your divine masculine and feminine energy status of infinite unity. And it can seem maddening, right? Because you feel like, you know, you are so different from the rest of the beings that you find yourself engaging with, right? Connect some other earth, the but yeah, new beginnings are needed, and here you are creating that atmosphere for yourself at this time, and that's good, something to be proud of. One more. Black holes suck. Don't let the darkness hold you back. So everything with this darkness, right? Not being afraid of that which is dark. Understanding that it's also bringing you to light. Not everything that you perceive that triggers you is toxic for you. Not everything that is uncomfortable for you means that it's bad, right? Some black holes might suck, but it's also your opportunity for evolutionary growth beyond measure, right? So don't let the darkness hold you back. Don't be a narcissistic nymph, okay? All right, take back your own power and stop being a douche, okay? Yeah, so take back your own, don't be narcissistic and don't be sinister either, right? So here too, what I'm hearing, right? For those of you that I hear that are not on this fuck shit kind of vibe and all this kind of stuff, right? You will be hearing your evolutionary shift, like painting your blank canvas and all this kind of stuff. And you got these narcissists and these sinister sisters over here plotting, planning, right? And trying to be all into your whatever. But look it, suck it up, princess, okay? Accept the shit, okay? Because this is and said accept your karma. But it's like karma dharma, no matter what, like even if you don't feel like you deserve it and stuff like that, because you're not about the drama anymore. So no drama, lama. You may have never been about the drama, I'm not saying that, but you have to find your inner peace, right? So lightening up is key. So why so serious, droopy dog, right? Find your joy in the midst of all this chaos, right? Because there's gonna be energy vampires every fucking day. So what every single time you go out, every energy vampire is gonna get in your way. Like, fuck out of here. Cut your energetic cards right now. Right? Those cores, cut that shit. Like, like what's your fucking problem? Are you kidding me? Right? Stay with your soul. Hold on, grab that from there. Right, so whatever, so repeating, so it's repeating. I'm just gonna keep going, right? Fuck you, Buddha, enlightenment stuff. All right, enlightenment might suck, and that might be the message for some that are energy vampires and all this kind of stuff, but oh, fucking well. You know what I'm saying? All right, so till next time, love and divine wisdom to all of you. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe, read the description box, come connect with me on all different levels of arenas that I have available for us to further connect on. Okay, love and divinity to you. Till next time.